Tonight on The South Today, a new piece of medical equipment could help save people experiencing cardiac arrest. A Christchurch man's in a critical condition after being viciously assaulted while walking his dog. And Balclutha residents come out in force for a party to celebrate a redeveloped town park. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Dave Gooselink. Medical specialists from around the world met in Queenstown last week to take part in hands-on training using the latest life-saving equipment. The symposium focused on ECMO, artificial heart and lung technology that supports patients in severe cardiac arrest, and experts say it's vital it's available in the south.
Teams of intensive care specialists competing to revive an avalanche victim with emergency life support machines during a training exercise in Queenstown. Extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, known as ECMO, allows a machine to take over the functions of the heart and lungs to circulate and oxygenate blood. Today's scenario is only a simulation, but experts say the technique has the potential to save lives across the south.
We have patients who are in an avalanche or who are in a capsized boat and have like hypothermic cardiac arrest, who rest with very low body temperatures, and we know that these machines are absolutely life-saving.
Currently, ECMO expertise is centred on Auckland, but symposium organisers hope that by training locals alongside international experts, they can improve response times.
It's not applied very much outside of a specialty centre. So what this 2 days has been about is a collaboration of people to extend the scope.
The symposium brought together 30 local medical professionals and 12 overseas experts. Organisers say access to ECMO is expanding in New Zealand and coordinating between regions is critical to improve care. In Queenstown, The South Today.
A man is believed to have been stabbed multiple times while out walking his dog in Christchurch this morning. Emergency services were called to an incident on Pages Road in Bexley shortly after 6 a.m. Police are looking for an offender and are asking for any witnesses or drivers who may have captured the assault on dashcam. A police cordon was set up in the area. One neighbour in Pages Road told media Bexley Park is popular with dog walkers. Lake Hawea firefighters, past and present, enjoyed the chance to get together over the weekend to celebrate 50 years of their local volunteer fire brigade. It was an evening of stories from 5 decades of service. Founding member Dick Cotter cutting the cake at the Lake Hawea Volunteer Fire Brigade's 50th anniversary party. The brigade formed in 1972 but traces its roots back even further to the first Hawea Fire Protection Committee. The invited crowd also took a moment to honour the late Christine Hewson with an honorary lifetime membership. She became New Zealand's first female fire chief in 1993. The fire brigade reached its 50-year milestone back in May, with the long-awaited celebrations having to be postponed due to COVID-19. Well, a Dunedin woman spent years giving back to her community after her own life was saved by strangers. Mary Jane McKinlay runs Food Help Dunedin, which aims to give back to those in need. But she remains anxious for families leading up to Christmas.
A bag full of food to be given to a family in need. Mary Jane McKinlay is the Dunedin coordinator for the charity Food Help and has spent the past 5 years delivering food parcels to struggling families. Now 2 of her daughters are helping her drop off the supplies. The family was saved from a house fire in 2005. McKinlay and her 2 older children dragged unconscious from their burning home. It was the overwhelming support from the community that encouraged her to join Food Help Dunedin.
I was dumbfounded by the response to it, and we had so many donations given to us, and at that time I kind of thought, well, you know, if I can help someone else later on down the track, then it's kind of that karma thing.
During her time at the food bank, McKinley says she's seen it get harder for families. This year has been tougher for that charity too, with only a third of the food donations compared to last year.
Donations have been really kind of tight. We haven't received what we have normally up till now, so we're all a wee bit concerned about how we're going to pull this off.
The 6 Dunedin drop-off points for food donations can be found on the group's Facebook page. In Dunedin, the South Today.
An ambitious 5-year redevelopment project at Balclutha's Centennial Park reached a milestone at the weekend. A party in the park was held to mark the completion of stage 1 of work, with the new facilities already proving to be a hit.
More than 400 people turned out for a party in Balclutha's Centennial Park on Saturday. Many locals were excited to check out the new playground and other features from the recent redevelopment project. Clutha District Mayor Brian Cadogan was keen to give the new barbecues a test drive.
I just think it's magnificent. I take my hat off to the team here that have done so much work for it, and we've now got a base that we can be so proud of.
The main event was the Night and Day Rainbow Run, which saw an impressive crowd of all ages race around the 5-kilometre course.
Hello, we are Shan Thompson and we are the green station for the Balclutha Rainbow Run today. That means we get to throw all of this fun green powder all over everyone running through our station.
There's more improvements to come. Stage 2 of the redevelopment is currently in the design phase. It's expected to include an expansion of the playground and the addition of basketball courts and a bike track. In Balclutha, the South Today.
Invercargill's Anderson House has been reopened after shutting its doors 8 years ago. The great-great-grandchildren of Robert Anderson say it's emotional finally seeing the house brought back to life.
Declared open again. After 8 years of earthquake strengthening, Invercargill's historic Anderson House was reopened to the public. The house was built by Sir Robert Anderson in 1925 and was given to Invercargill by the family in 1951 to serve as the city's art gallery. But it's now open as an all-purpose venue for the community.
It'll be available for people to hire for functions, from anything from birthdays to weddings, family occasions, small business conferences, etc.
Anderson family members were on hand to witness their ancestral home being regifted to the city. Robert Anderson was named after his great-great-grandfather and says he feels his family's spirit.
Oh, well, it's a very exciting day to get the house back open to the general public and on display as it was meant to after it was gifted to the city of Invercargill.
Locals will once again be able to walk along the Anderson House halls and visit its rooms, with people able to hire the building for events and functions. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Iwhai Akine still to come on the South Today. Invercargill residents get their ducks in a row for a new race, and thrills and spills in Glendhu Bay as Hydro Thunder powerboat racing takes off in Wanaka.
Earth is a planet of extremes, extreme places, and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've opened another pop-up store in Invercargill. It's for a limited time. We're in D Street, 201, right beside the Lone Star. Come and check us out. We've got some fantastic deals for you. We've got moleskins, we've got every sort of shirt, worn ones, work ones, business, merino knitwear, jeans, trousers, you name it, the list goes on. It's such a big deal. Come and see us.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Alex Campbell Menswear, pop-up store, D Street, Invercargill.
Hi, we're a concern Otago.
Age Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities, including indoor bowls.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world. And the best way to see it is to walk.
Welcome back. A colourful and somewhat leisurely paced race floated down Invercargill's Otipuni stream over the weekend. 75 rubber ducks were dropped into the water for the city's inaugural Duck Derby, with families gathering to watch the ducks bob downstream. The race was organised by the Invercargill North Rotary Club, with one club member shouting words of support for the plastic birds.
Bring fun, everyone's got a job to do, it brings the group together. Raising money, of course, is a big thing, but to do it in a fun way has been amazing, and the community has really got behind us, so I've been pretty privileged.
The event was held to raise money for local community groups. Slow and Steady seemed to win the race, with the Rotary Club hoping to host the Invercargill event every 2 years. Well, there were plenty of thrills and a few spills over the weekend at the first round of the Hydro Thunder boat racing series at Glendew Bay. The event saw high-performance powerboats take to Lake Wanaka over the weekend, reaching speeds of well over 200 kilometres an hour.
A heart-stopping moment on Lake Wanaka as a high-speed powerboat launches into the air. Raymond Hart of New Brighton managing to bring his GP hydroplane Thunderstruck back under control with no injury after launching off the wake of a competitor's boat at the Hydro Thunder New Zealand Champs. It's a sport that requires split-second reflexes.
The big boat here can do 260, 270 k's, and as long as the boat's sitting flat, you can corner at that speed, so the adrenaline and the face trying to fall off and everything that's happening, it's pretty cool.
But he admits, with all that horsepower on tap, safety is always a top concern.
Oh, it's dangers of motorsport, anything crashing, you can hurt yourself, but we've got everything in our favour as much as we can. So we've got roll cages and full safety capsule, 5-point racing harness, air.
The combination of high-octane racing and peaceful lakeside surroundings proved popular with the spectators over the 2 days, with the event being held at Glendew Bay for the first time.
It's always a good family day out too, like wherever we go. It's usually the weather's quite magic, and yeah, bring a picnic and come and see what happens and feel the noise. It's a pretty cool place.
But it's going to be all about David Alexander as he comes around the bottom bend.
David Alexander and the Miss Waverley team winning both the A.E. Baker Cup and the Massport Cup, as well as taking out round 1 of the Hydro Thunder series. The event resumes in Mangakino in early December for the next round of the 5-race series to decide the New Zealand champion. In Wanaka, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Medical specialists have been in Queenstown getting hands-on training with a new life-saving device called ECMO. A man is in a critical condition after being stabbed while walking his dog in the Christchurch suburb of Bexley. And a community party was held in Balclutha's Centennial Park at the weekend to celebrate progress of its redeveloped park. Now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We welcome editor Robin Charteris.
Robin Charteris, goodness me.
Barry
Stewart, eh?
Barry Stewart even. I'm looking at old thing here. Yes.
Hello, Dave.
Welcome. Yeah, retro.
Albatross eggs have been stolen, may have been stolen from a monitored Tagia Peninsula Reserve. So the conservation staff are devastated by that incident.
Very odd
Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean it's happened before, but many years ago. So you know, obviously they keep a pretty close eye on that activity there. COVID-19, of course, case numbers are increasing, and that's confirmed by wastewater testing and throughout the region, in actual fact. But I think Dunedin is right up there. So
certainly more cases in workplaces. Yeah.
Well, I think you in general discussion you find that, don't you? You know, that people are saying they know somebody who is having a second dose or perhaps more. But so that's something to look out for. NZTA are proposing to drop speed limits around schools in dozens of schools across Otago and Southland. So you'll have to slow down as you do that, as you go past there. An interesting story, a desire to fight against the proposed Brighton landfill has changed an annual birthday celebration into a fully fledged concert featuring the Black Seeds. So something to look out for.
Interesting mix there. Barry Stewart, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers. Now taking a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, and a warmer week ahead as west to norwesterly airflow dominates. Several fronts will arrive from the Tasman Sea, the first on Wednesday. Heading to the top of the South Island, Nelson can expect moderate northerlies, fine with 23 degrees. Greymouth moderate northerlies and cloudy, 19 in Greymouth, and in Christchurch moderate northeasterlies and a sunny 24 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, light northwesterlies and some high cloud for Ashburton and Timaru, both expecting 26 degrees. High cloud increasing in Oamaru and 25 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, Queenstown and Wanaka can both expect high cloud and moderate northwesterlies with 23 degrees. Alexandra similar conditions and a high of 24. Heading further south, fresh northwesterlies in Balclutha and Gore. Cloud increasing in both places and a high of 20. Surprisingly slightly warmer in the Catlins. High cloud but looking for 22 degrees there. And down to the deep south, high cloud increasing tonight in Invercargill. A low of 11 tonight. Mostly cloudy but dry tomorrow with winds slowly freshening. Some rain tomorrow night, a high of 19 and a low of 13. Early showers clearing on Wednesday with sunny periods increasing, moderate westerly winds and a high of 16 degrees there. And finally heading to Dunedin, cloudy tonight with northeasterly winds, an overnight low of 11. Mostly fine tomorrow with high cloud and maybe a few sunny periods. Moderate northeasterlies look for a high of 23. And for Wednesday, expect a period of light westerly winds with cooler southwesterlies developing during the afternoon, a high of 20 but a low down of 10 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite a popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.